Alright, so here's what's happening. I recorded the majority of this a few months ago, and there are a few numbers in the video that have had minor changes because War Robots updates, like every couple months. You War Robot players out there can probably keep track of these for each chunk of hair missing from your head, so I'll pop up whenever there's a change worth mentioning in the video, so let's get started. War Robots, a mobile game title of decent size where you pilot a giant robot that's highly customizable, and then go use it in fun battles where you're rewarded for how well you perform with an in-game currency like silver and some gold, among a few other things as well. Now, I like this game. I like the customization and the style of combat. The graphics are also decent for a mobile game, and the gameplay is just simply fun. Of course, no game is perfect. For the most part, every War Robots player can agree on one thing. This game is expensive. Upgrades are expensive, pilots are expensive, modules are expensive, etc. Now, I'm not criticizing War Robots for being pay to win, but I'm not going to defend it either. In this video, I simply want to figure out how much does War Robots cost. I know it's free, but if you were to instantly buy everything you need for a fully maxed hangar as soon as you downloaded the game, how much would it cost? Or how much are all the resources required for that worth in real money, US dollars in this case? We'll get this number by scoping the full combined price of in-game currencies and then convert it into real money. Now, do you actually need this in-game? No. Do you really even need to have this to be competitive? You may find players who say you need at least some things maxed to be competitive, and I'm not saying that they're wrong, but you don't have to do what I'm proposing by any means. But there are players who have this. Fully maxed multiple hangars with maxed modules, maxed pilots, yada yada yada. Although you should note they probably didn't pay for everything in their hangars with real money, and I will go ahead and apologize in advance for any miscalculations I may have missed. Now, you may find someone out there who has this number. I mean, all you have to do to get it is some simple multiplication and assumptions. But I'm going to do this anyway because, well, why not? Let's make that number well known. First things first, what will this number represent? Just one maxed hangar? After all, you can have up to 5, and there's no telling how many items someone can have in their inventory, that is, everything that they have not currently in use. And there's other factors, like how much does one need to spend on power cells, or boosters, or maybe they converted some components. This number will only represent the value of the items themselves. We'll start off with just the robots in one maxed hangar. Pretty simple. You'll have 5 standard robot slots, and since this is your primary hangar, you'll want the most competitive bots in it, like Leech, Ares, Aojun. This is a maxed hangar after all, as in, you can't get any stronger than this. Luckily, all the bots you are likely to put in there will have identical upgrade prices. This price is reserved for the best items in the game, and that price is, to go from level 1 to Mark II level 12, 368,700,000 silver, according to the War Robots wiki. Multiply that by 5 and you get 1,843,500,000 silver for the total cost of maxing out just the robots themselves. Now, about getting those robots in the first place. What, did you just think they were gonna appear out of thin air because we want them? There are multiple ways of getting a robot you want, but all the different ways require you getting all of its components. After you have collected 10,000 of a robot's components, you can exchange them for the actual robot. A robot could appear in a special offer or the operation, but the most reliable and well-known ways to obtain one are either 1. Producing it in your workshop, or 2. Buying the components straight up. One premium bot from our hangar will only put a perfectly reasonable dent in your wallet of $100 if you buy it. So, obviously, most players would prefer to produce their robot in the workshop with silver. I'll assume these robots are produced with one-day packs in the workshop since they're more efficient component and silver-wise. So, producing robot components in packs of 60, that's the one-day pack, 167 times for the full 10,000 components will set you back 48,430,000 silver. Now, I'll use the in-app store to determine how much real money that silver is worth, and I'll always use the smallest purchases to determine the silver to dollar ratio, because you get a small discount for the larger purchases because of the huge quantity you're buying. In the store, 500,000 silver is worth 250 gold, and 500 gold is worth $5. So that means a nice round 1 million silver is worth $5. So that 48,430,000 silver to produce each robot is worth about $242.15. So all of you players out there producing your bots in the workshop are actually choosing the more expensive option. Now, producing all 5 robots will cost 242,150,000 silver, or $1,210.75 for just producing the robots themselves. Okay, let's assume that you just buy the robots straight up for the sake of saving a huge amount of money. So that's $100 per bot, so taking this route only costs a measly $500. However, that is still $9,217.50 for upgrades, so we're off to a great start. Oh, and I forgot about a small fee for 500 gold for each item when you reach Mark 2 when upgrading. There's 5 bots, 5 fees, each fee is 500 gold, 500 gold is $5, so an extra 25 bucks, okay. Now we move on to something more tricky, the weapons that go on those bots. Each bot can have up to 4 weapon slots. Those slots can be either light, medium, or heavy, each holding its corresponding weapon type. Different weapon types can have slightly different prices. Remember those super powerful robots from earlier? They all have different weapon slots, also called hardpoints. Leech has 4 mediums, Aojun has 2 heavies, and Ares has 2 lights and 2 mediums. Okay, so some assumptions are in order. In most meta hangars, you'll see those metabots more than once. And oh, there's also Phantom, a metabot we'll probably want. Don't worry, it will have the same price as the other bots. At the state the game is in, Leech is most likely the robot you'll want to have more than once. So, that will be the one we'll have 2 of, and the other 3 slots will be taken up by Ares, Aojun, and Phantom. Let's start with Leech's weapons. Some good popular options are Storm, Corona, Pulsar, Cryo, and Igniter. Luckily, the last 4 options all have identical prices according to the WR Wiki. We'll use that price for the weapons of both Leeches since that price has a 4 out of 5 chance of being chosen, assuming all the choices are equally viable. That price is $60 for buying, as it is more expensive to produce, and 340,700,000 silver for upgrading. Alright, there's 8 weapons in total, so that's 2,725,600,000 silver. Just the weapons of these 2 robots are more expensive than all of the robots combined. That clocks in at just 13,628 measly little dollars. Oh, and let's not forget that gold fee. That will be an extra 40 bucks. Now, for the Ares weapons. Alrighty now, I think most of us can say that Ares isn't the meta that it once was. I think a suitable robot to take its place right now would be a variant of the Blitz. I'm gonna try to make this quick. Blitz has the same buying and upgrading prices as all the other bots here, but has 4 light weapons. Now, while some setups like Shredder, Spark, and Blaze can be beasts, I think the way to go here will be with Rhymes. And as of making this edit, you can't buy or even produce Quarkers, so if you think they should go here, then that is why. And Rhymes also can't be bought, they have to be produced, which will cost 100,200,000 silver, and add upgrades on top of that is a total of 1,463,000,000 silver. I'll go ahead and use those same methods to find the cost of Aojun's and Phantom's weapons, which come out to a combined cost of 1,420,240,000 silver, bumping up the total price to 7,232,140,000 silver.
Yay!
Now we can move on to something a little simpler, modules. Each robot we have has 3 module slots, and most high-end modules share the same price. The ones we would like to have on these robots will all share the same price. That is 200 million silver for upgrades and 5,000 gold to buy. So, 5 bots, 3 modules on each bot, that means there's 15 modules in total, and 3 billion silver and 75,000 gold. The modules are so far the single most expensive aspect in the hangar. All that gold will set you back $750, which is actually pretty cheap compared to everything else so far, like that 3 billion silver, which is worth $15,000. Alright, modules were pretty simple. There's only one major aspect left about the robots: pilots. Let's assume you buy each pilot at level 1, and the way they work is they give additional skills for the robot they drive. As you play with the pilot, they level up, but once they get to level 10, they can't advance to level 11 until you give them a promotion, which costs gold. Getting a promotion grants another skill and allows the pilot to advance another 10 levels, where when you get to level 20, you go through the same process, except the price gets more expensive. Level 70 is the maximum level for any pilot, and the promotion prices get absurdly high. We are also going to assume we never spend gold on the skills or for boosting. We'll only be counting the promotion prices, even though I can practically guarantee you'll spend at least some gold on those different skills. There's just no easy way to find out how much you'll spend. You might get lucky and spend a very small amount, or you could spend over 1,000. The skill you get when you promote your pilots are random. Anyway, that was a long introduction. Let's get into the prices. When you first hire the pilot, let's assume they're at level 1, this gets you the cheapest buy-in price of only 100 gold. So we need 5 pilots for the robots, $5. But the total promotion cost of all the pilots is 90,000 gold, or $900. That's supposed to be crazy expensive, but at this point, it doesn't sound too bad compared to everything else. Oh wait, I forgot about something. Since we want the absolute best hangar, we're not going to be satisfied with regular old pilots. Who needs them? Yes, we need legendary pilots. These are pretty much exactly the same as normal pilots, except they grant a special unique skill for a specific robot, or sometimes any robot. And they cost an extra 2,500 gold when hiring, which is rarely worth it, but hey, all the top players have these guys, and it's only an extra 12,500 gold, or $125 for 5. I mean, what does it matter at this point? Before we wrap things up, I want to point out that we aren't buying any paint jobs. In case you haven't noticed, we've been trying to take the cheapest route to a maxed hangar, and paint jobs are just cosmetic. Sure, there are legendary paint jobs, which grant a 5% bonus durability, but those only come from events, in which you can get it at random and the price can't be calculated, or the operation, which costs only $15, a rather negligible amount at this point. Although I'm sure most of us have seen an Aojun Champion League with that Cypher skin, which costs 10,000 gold alone, and grants, wait for it, 0 advantages on the battlefield. In fact, I'd say it would just draw more attention to you. So now, we have a final price for 5 fully maxed robots. And keep in mind, this is just one hangar and you can have up to freaking 5. And that number is... wait a minute, oh, I forgot just one thing. The 5.6 update. The update that some say broke the game because of the unparalleled lag it gave war robots, but it also gave all level 30 players a 6th slot in their hangar reserved for a brand new class of robots, Titans. These guys have their own special types of weapons and currency all to themselves, Platinum. There are, as of writing this script, 3 Titans in the game, Kid, Arthur, and Ao Ming. You get Kid for free once your account hits level 30, but to really consider this hangar maxed, we'll want Arthur or Ao Ming, as Kid is, in general, the least viable Titan out of the 3. So, we'll have to choose between Arthur and Ao Ming, and I don't think one is straight up better than the other. Both had their strengths and weaknesses. However, if a popularity contest were taken, the Ao Ming would probably win, and lucky for us, it's the most expensive. Now, in the store, 50 platinum is worth $10. Apparently, Pixonic thinks this in-game platinum is as valuable as a real platinum. Go figure. But the Ao Ming costs 700 platinum, and you can buy that exact amount for $100. Now, I know I said I wouldn't be taking the larger amounts of currency in the store because you get a discount and it's not the true value. But this specific case is exceedingly convenient, so we'll buy Ao Ming for a nice even $100. However, most can agree that all the different weapons for the Titans have their own advantages. The Dragoon type weapons are the most preferable, even though they may not be outright stronger than the others. If WR Wiki's numbers are to be used once again, the price to max out and buy all 4 weapons on Ao Ming would cost 7,122 platinum, or $1,422.40. But to upgrade the Titan itself all the way to the max level, which is 150, would punch a 10,284 platinum hole in your wallet, or $2,056.80. So, a fully decked out Titan totals out to 17,396 platinum, or $3,478.80. So there, we know how much a maxed hangar is worth now, or how much Pixonic thinks it's worth. Wait. Not again. Titans have modules now? Alright, okay. This is fine. Just like normal robots, premium Titan modules all have identical prices. Our Ao Ming has 4 module slots. The price for buying them is 800 PT, or $160. Upgrading them isn't super bad though. All 4 cost a total of 4,320 platinum, or $864. Now remember, there was a fair share of assumptions in getting this number, and of course you don't need a maxed hangar, but people have them, and you can spend additional money on power cells and boosters, and even though we didn't buy paint jobs, well, you still can, driving up the price of the hangar even more. But anyway, you've waited long enough. Combining the robots, weapons, Titans, etc. all together, a fully maxed War Robots hangar is worth. Oh, hey, it's me again. So, remember way back at the beginning of the video when we were happily buying our bots and weapons straight up for reasonable prices? Well, they changed that. Now you instead buy them straight up with gold, not money. The best bots cost 14,000 gold to be precise, which is actually $140, so it's more expensive now. That's an extra $200 for the bots alone. As for the weapons, light, medium, and heavy all cost 7,500 gold for some reason.
Perfectly balanced, this whole thing should be.
Well, we put rhymes on the blitz, so that leaves 13 weapons. 7,500 gold for each is a total of 97,500 gold and $975. Subtracting the original cost of all those weapons means that update is an extra $115 for weapons. So, the final price of a fully maxed hangar is $60,089.50. That's $10,402,000,000 340,000 silver, over 263,000 gold, and oh, you can have the last one, and 22,416 platinum. Now, of course this number can vary. You might want different weapons on any of the bots or titans, and this is just a hypothetical hangar. A real hangar will probably have inventory stuffed with all kinds of different weapons, robots, maybe even titans. This is just the price of a single maxed hangar by itself, not accounting for what else the player could have done on their way there. Theoretically, the total amount of money spent could be even higher. Now, I'm not saying War Robots is pay to win. Remember, War Robots is meant to be played over time. Speaking of which, you can expect all those upgrades to take, literally years. Not to mention, there are other ways of getting to this maxed hangar, such as taking the dozens of different special offers the game bombards you with, and by simply purchasing your resources in larger packs. You can even watch some ads to reduce that time you'll have to wait, and also, maybe play the game some. You're not going to get this by just playing the game though. Theoretically you can, but in reality, you can just let that go. You'll have to practically pretend that playing War Robots is your job, and maybe you'll get the hangar for free over the course of many months, probably years. Anyway, there you guys go. A maxed hangar is worth about 59 grand.